Well, certainly some were waking up to a fresh covering of snow this morning. Going is the 16 to 18 degrees of a couple of days ago. We're back into winter once again, and I suppose you could say we never really started winter. Thanks for clicking on to the Friday, or should I say the Thursday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. The reason why I say Friday instead of Thursday is that we've got our groceries today. You know, I have a Thursday and Friday off my day job, so to speak, driving a lorry, and we usually get groceries on a Friday. But today we got groceries because we're going to a wedding reception tomorrow evening. So because I'm away all week in the truck, we tried to get all things done today. Take it easy during the first half of tomorrow, and then of course the wedding reception in the Glenmoriston Hotel in Inverness. I'm sure Fred, who is a frequent viewer on this channel, will know where I'm talking about. Might even have Lisa that knows where I'm talking about as well. The locals that follow me here on YouTube and on Twitter. But anyway, plenty of snow across several parts of the British Isles today. We had frequent showers rattling in on that very cold northeasterly wind. And we've got some nice photographs that has been kindly sent to me from Stapleford Railway, High Leicestershire. The Twyneford and Tilton Railway closed in the early 1960s. We had some nice snow over the high ground here. Thanks for sharing that. Mealfim, I think, is that how you pronounce it? North Kent. We're seeing some nice snowfall, as you can see here, from Mealfim Weather. So thanks very much for sharing that. We've got Steve Chadwick sending me a nice video of the Alderton near Woodbridge. A little bunny crossing the road with the snow. That's a very nice capture as well. And I sent a couple of tweets. We had quite a heavy band actually forming near to the Suffolk coastline from above Ipswich through Colchester, Southend Dunsea. Some pretty heavy snow, and I got that nice little clip there actually within that band itself. Victorian Farmer sending me a nice image from the rather deep snow actually that fell in Aviemore last night. Of course, in the dark hours of the night, you get the snow lying a lot easier than it would do during the daylight hours. Foz sent this nice capture of Durham this morning as well. So yeah, plenty of snow showers to speak about. This was the Peterborough area this morning. A nice thin covering there. We've got an image here. Forgive me. I think this might be Scandinavia. I could be very wrong, but thanks to Philip Johnson for sending this nice image here. A healthy -11 this morning, and clear blue skies, as you can see. A nice snow cover as well. That actually almost looks like it could be a lake that's frozen. I'm sure Philip could correct me if I'm wrong, but certainly a stunning image, as you can see there. Beautiful scene in Aberdeen this morning. Heavy snowfall lying there. Saxmundham, is that right? East Suffolk. Some pretty heavy snowfall, as you can see, falling there. And our good friend Rich Trott, he sent a cracking image. Let me see if I can pull this up and play it back. Thunder snow. Nothing. It's unusual, but it isn't unusual, if you will. Watch this. Wow. I've seen it. I think once, maybe twice. An amazing occurrence. High levels of instability within those showers coming together creates that scenario where we get thunder snow developing, and Rich caught that beautifully this morning from his home in North Yorkshire. I actually thought he lived near Gavin Partridge in Northampton, but I was very wrong indeed. Almost the opposite, well, not quite the opposite end of the country, but certainly a very different part of the country to Northampton, of course. So, yeah, so lovely photographs, as you can see, and video. We, of course, have that cold north to north easterly airflow coming down, driving all the way from the Arctic into the British Isles here. As we play through into this evening, we've got that area of high pressure that kind of nudges ever so slightly closer to the UK. So what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to lose that northeasterly wind, and with clear skies, cold air in place, and snow on the ground, could be talking about temperatures as low as -8 possible tonight. Is that exceptional? Not by a long shot, because we in fact got last April a temperature of -9.4. That was the coldest since 2013, when we had a temperature lower than -11. So even in April, folks, we can get very cold indeed, and plenty of snow showers, and snow cover. So you can see here, this is the overall setup as we go into this evening. We've got this band of precipitation starting to develop to the north of an area of low pressure over the Alpine region, and we could see some significant accumulation through parts of West Germany, through the Netherlands, Belgium, and even into northern France, with a possible snow even for the likes of Paris. So that's something I've been alluding to for the last couple of days. Notice here, by the time we're at 12 o'clock on Friday morning, we also have a feature coming down through the north of the UK. Rain to low levels, snow over higher ground, as you can see here. And then, of course, we've got plenty of snow across parts of the continent, as you can see here. We've got high pressure up over Russia, as you can see here. And we've got the isobars extending from Russia right the way down through the Baltic region into Central Europe and then the southwestern portions of Europe. So the cold is coming all the way out of the northeast of Russia, of Europe, right the way down through the heart of the continent, as you can see here. And at the same time, the UK is already starting to tap, Atlantic air. If you notice here in the 850 millibar temperature chart here, yeah, it's cold. But what we're going to start to see is the intrusion of milder air as that area of high pressure to the west sinks south. We'll start to pull our air in from the Atlantic over top of the area of high pressure. All the while, we're keeping our eyes on the very cold air that's drilling right down over the continent. Of course, this is crossing over land, it's not crossing over water. So there is not a great deal of moderation with this air mass as it gets forced right down towards Spain and Portugal here. And like I say, all the while, we're going to start to see milder air mixing in over the top of the high. So actually, we're going to actually see the mildest air over the UK, across the Northern Isles and across Scotland, while southern portions of the UK, England and Wales, actually have slightly colder temperatures that last through the weekend. And you can see over the continent, we've got plenty of cold air to speak about here. So that is the idea as we'll go through in the next week here. These are the current temperatures over Europe. As you can see here, we've got modestly cold air in place. So we've got a mix of rain, sleet and snow, in fact, over parts of northern Germany, through the Low Countries and the north of France. But it's as we go into this evening and that system winds up, the combination of dark hours of night, so the column starts to cool, and dynamic cooling as the system starts to develop, we start to have the ingredients coming together more for heavy snowfall to break out in this region here, really from the north of Germany, through the Netherlands, Belgium, and the north of France here, through the overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. So it's going to be interesting. If you happen to be watching the video and you live in this region of the continent, please do share photographs either on Twitter or share your comments here on YouTube as well. I'll be interested to see what kind of snowfall you get from that. But certainly it was a chilly morning across much of Europe, as you can see here, across the UK in particular. Of course, we had temperatures clinging to mild across the southwestern portion of England during the course of yesterday. Let's get a close-up view of the UK. We had minus 4.8 at Tulloch Bridge, plenty of temperatures well below freezing. Minus 4.9, that's quite interesting at Castle Derg just a couple of days ago, 17.6 Celsius. Big difference, of course, here. And right the way down to the south coast, we had at or slightly below freezing. Tonight's going to be a colder night, I think. And like I said, we're going to have to keep our eyes close on the southeastern corner of Kent as that system starts to develop over the continent. That precipitation will start to kind of hook around the area of low pressure, and I think Kent may just get a slight glance and blow of some of that snowfall during the overnight tonight. Looking at the radar here, this is the current radar, quite messy picture across the continent, but I think there's going to be heavier snow develops as the air cools during the course of this evening. And we've got plenty of shower activity, of a mix of rain, sleet, and snow across the British Isles, as you can see here, moving from a kind of northeast to southwest direction here. So a wintry theme, that's for sure. Current temperatures as of this evening, the temperatures are starting to drop off quite significantly. We had quite a strong wind as well out of the northeast, but you can see here widespread temperatures in low single figures to speak about through this evening. Temperatures will come down quite sharply after the sun goes down, I think. And let's have a look at quickly at the wind chill here, and at or below freezing across many areas. So over the next 24 hours or so, we're going to remain cool, and we're going to start to see moderation in temperature, especially across the northern half of the UK. That will eventually work its way south. I'll have more on the outlook for next week, hopefully in tomorrow's video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.